Hi guys, welcome to my space where we keep everything real and authentic as possible. But something that I think will also benefit someone out there. So when you start the journey of getting or being in or taking medication rather for all your depressions, your anxiety and all sort of things, it at first you first deal with the bad or heavy side effects, and then as time goes by, because people are different, bodies react differently. As time goes by, it becomes okay, right? And when you have reached that point where you feel like you're getting your life back and things are working out, and you know, it's you get used to the medication, and then you start thinking, maybe there wouldn't be a need for me to collect them, because once you are on medication, it's either you go to your doctor and collect them every month or every 2 months. Now these medications are there to help you not to overthink. If you are an overthinker, if you are someone who suffers from, like, when your body reacts, for example, you start to have your heart pounding and all sort of things, where you shiver, your body starts trembling, and you have this fear that is just over the moon, like way crazy. So these medications are made so that even i-heart or i-pulse ishaye nje kahle slow, izinto zingathusi, you don't get shooken or shocked easily. So the medication is for that. Now as time goes by, I can see your body is now used to all that shebang. All right, and then you know, we people, man. So you choose to like leave it, or you choose to withdraw from the medication. Now this is you choosing. No doctor has prescribed this. The reason I'm saying all this is because I have done it like a couple of times. It has backfired. So when you start withdrawing from these medications, there are side effects to that as well. People do not know that when you are given medication, it is very advisable for you to also go back to the doctor when it's time for you to withdraw, instead of you taking the decision to withdraw from the medication without consulting a medical practitioner. You suffer a lot. And what we normally do is we jump right back to the medication, or go once we see, okay, now things are getting worse. When you get to the doctor, you don't even say, I left the medication. It's a matter of, this medication is not treating me okay because of 1, 2, and 3. These are the side effects I'm getting. So this is like stuff that I also been guilty with. I have said things like, the medication is no longer working for my body. I think it was because I did the withdrawal. The body was then trying to readjust to me not getting any medication on my body. And then jumping back now to say, okay, I'm now back on the medication, body, deal with it. Let's just say you were given a very small dosage, and then as time went by, they gradually like added. Now you can't tell me, Guti, when you now go back to medication yako, you will then start with that high dosage. Then it means your body will quickly get used to it, and there wouldn't be anything to add on top of. That's where the problem starts. So nje, please be careful while I'm still at it. I just remembered, let me just put it out there. Number 2, it is very hard to adjust. I think, when you know there is something that is there to actually help you cope, and when you have decided and made a decision to drop it, whenever you get that, whenever you reach the day where things are not going as according to, or it's not all rosy anymore, we have this tendency, or I have this tendency of thinking, should it be that I am not fully okay, I would need to then jump to my medication, or what? I've noticed that I treat my bad days with my medication, and guess what? When I have good days, I can actually go weeks skipping the medication because I'm okay. I don't know whether it's me being afraid of getting addicted to serotonin or sterolin or what. But it's I don't know. I feel like we need some sort of, or I need some sort of education when it comes to that. These medications are not there to guard your emotions, but they are there to help you in cope, or your body's reactions, or your mind to not dwell or overthink things because of past traumatic situations. Because sometimes you will find you passing by, let's just, for example, let's say here I am in a car, we are off to town, and then on our way going off to town, here I am seeing a guy beat up a girl. Hypothetically, it's just an example, guys. Here's a guy beating up a girl. I'm not saying I've been beaten, but I'm saying I have had like a traumatic, like most people do go through some trauma some way or the other. So that could be a trigger for me. And I tell you, my body will react in a way that it had reacted on the time when I had my traumatic situation. So the medication is there for your body to not then think, it's time, I have to now try to guard myself, or there will be adrenaline rush that says protect me or do this to me. So I feel like us just withdrawing from the medication is not helpful at all. We are self-harming ourselves, because that's where the medication plays the role. Yes, you need to also speak about stuff, you need to go for counseling, you need to train your mind, all sort of things. Like, it's not just based on the medication, but I myself have witnessed that medication plays a high or a big role when it comes to how your body reacts, your thinking and emotions as well. Because you can't tell me your mind is wandering and constantly on a lookout 24/7. That actually exhausts the heck out of you. Not just it's exhausting you, but by you overthinking things, there is always that self-doubt. There is always that, what if this was meant to be said in this manner? What if this, you know that you start to confuse yourself, number one. You start to be afraid, number two. Number three, you do not have peace. So just make sure you stay on your meds. There is nothing more important than you going to the doctor and telling your doctor to listen. On my, whether it's HD, to an HD ban attention what's disorder, or whether it's your anxiety medication, whether it's your depression medication, do not withdraw without consulting your medical practitioner, your psychologist, your whatever, because it does mess you up. Trust me, guys, it does mess you up a lot. There's also one thing I am guilty of. So when I also used to have this habit of staying out of taking medication up until the last day and saying, okay, because today this is my last medication, I will go to the doctor tomorrow, or because it's Thursday, I'll just stick it out for Friday, then on Saturday I'll see the doctor. That was when I was still working, guys. So then it means on Friday I wouldn't have medication up until Saturday. And what I used to do, because I was so attached to my medication, and I also had this belief, Yoguti, after I've taken them, then it means everything will just be fine. You know, when you are still in denial of what you need to deal with and rely wholly on this med. So what I did was, when I got to work, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just take medication from my friend, because a friend of mine was taking as well, right? So I'm like, so what do you take? And then she says the exact same name that I am taking. So I thought, you know what? Because I am so ill today. You know when you have those days where your body's just numb? As I said, I did not deal with the stuff that I was supposed to deal with. So medication was the perfect resolution at that time for me. So I panicked when I did not take, because it actually gave me this belief, Yoguti, you know what, if I have these, I'm going to be fine. At least, like, it's, because the side effects that I had was, I used to be so high on them. I think the side effects were too much in a way that it made me not think. Guys, when I say I did not think too much, I just did what I was supposed to. And if there was like a task that had to be done, which was brand new, and I had to brainstorm about it or do something, I would rather do it at a later stage, like when it's time to go home type of vibes. So most of my important duties where I need to clearly count and really focus was done when I was about to leave, because I'd know that maybe the dosage has just decreased a bit in my body, and I wouldn't feel crazy, like numb, because that's how I felt, guys. I felt so numb. I didn't have emotions at that time. I felt like I was a walking zombie throughout the day, but it helped me so much because I used to cope the way I had coped with that medication. So if I don't have it, it became a problem. Here I am taking from a friend now. You know, guys, you won't believe, right after I took from my friend, I felt the sensation in my stomach, like a tingling sensation. You know, Guti, you've just taken someone's medication. Well, the only flag, a red flag that I had was, okay, the color is not the same though, but she said the name was the same. Like if I tell you I take, for example, if I take Silift or Clift, I don't know how it's pronounced, and then a friend of yours is going to be like, I take Clift, but the only difference is my dosage is what, meaning I take 3 of the Clifts. And I'm like, I take 1, so I can definitely take the Clift. The difference would be me not taking that dosage, because I know exactly how much I take. It would mean I need to then take that exact measurement, even though it's not mine, which was wrong, guys. I took the medication, okay, fine. After taking the medication, there's a tingling sensation, as I said. I started getting this burn. Hi, guys. So I get this burning sensation, it burns. When I say it burns, and then I get hot. After feeling hot, mind you, I still need to work. I'm at work. After feeling hot, I feel like I need to go to the loo. I go to the loo. And then I come back. I do feel good to know there's this urge. After that, I get this, I don't know what you call this thing. This big, massive apple that just gets here. And you don't know what to do. Hey. What do I go through? I should say, okay, and then I'm like, okay, what do I do? I go outside because it's the only place I felt like, okay, I'll be able to calm myself down, breathe, and, you know, do all sort of things. I do that. I go, and then I sit out. While I'm walking, I feel like the whole body is trembling. You know when you have this shake on you, from your head to toe, your body is trembling. You're feeling this adrenaline rush, like nje. It's like you've just fought with someone, or you're about to run away because of nje. I sit, and then after sitting, I decided to, you know what, thank God I have my phone. Let me call a friend of mine who knows exactly what I'm going through. I call her to come out. In that time, I can't speak, I can't express how I'm feeling, but there is this thing here. You know this thing that comes, man, when it's either you've just had a loved one that passed, or there is something that is like so painful that you've just heard. That feeling of wanting to just burst out and cry. I start crying. I cry. You know, now I'm trying to nurse this feeling, or try to get rid of this emotion, so that maybe I'll be fine, because I don't know what's happening. I feel hungry at that time. Oh, I remember I went to buy a sausage pie. And a quail, because I was so hungry. I think I had 3 bites. The way I was eating, guys, I was just trying to cover that gap here in the tummy, because I was so hungry. I ate and then drank. I think I had like 2 big bites, mouthful bites. Then I drank the aquile, trying to have that inziga in the tummy. Okay, I felt nauseous. Then I felt all those emotions. I went outside. So the lady that I called came out. I don't know if she had water with her or what. And then she asked, like, what's up? Here I am crying, talking, telling her, this is what I am feeling. I do not know what the hell is happening. She asked me, what did you do? And I tell her, as a friend. Because I knew exactly what if it's not the medication that I took, then it means I did not take medication. Or it's just one of those days. I tell her, listen, I took someone's medication, what, but it's the same, friend. I try to actually tell her, it's the same medication. It's just different packaging, I guess, or what? And she's like, yo, I don't know. I think you have to just go home, or try to just suck it up and leave late. Knowing my boss that I had, she was some mean ass girl. She was never going to be like, okay, you can go. So I then decided to, you know what? Well, at work, if you miss a day, or you take a half day, then we had something that was called an attendance bonus. That if you had a half day or missed a day at work, whether it was any emergency, they take your money besides the family responsibility. So she's like, but they're gonna take your money, friend. And I'm like, you know, at this moment in time, money does not matter to me. it is not something I'm really thinking about, because here is this feeling, and the way everything is burning. She can see me. Guys, it's cool outside, it's windy, I am perspiring like nobody's business. You know, that day I felt like I'm gonna die. You know, when they say people with anxiety, when they have episodes, they feel like they're gonna die. It's because I feel like people don't get it. You know, when your heart is pounding, I'm not saying it's beating. You know, after a sprint, that's how your heart starts to pound. Like you've just sprinted, and then the stomach is burning. You're trying to catch your breath. There's just like an Adam's apple here on your throat. It's a mess at that moment. It was a mess. I think it's a panic attack, guys. But I don't know what triggered it, because I just took a medication, or maybe it's because that medication was a high dosage that the side effect gave me a panic attack. I do not know. But it is bad to take someone's medication. That I learned. Whether it's the same name, same brand, same whatever, we are all different. People are prescribed based on the effects that they are having, or based on the sickness that they are suffering from. You can say you have anxiety, but what I suffer with when that anxiety attacks me is way different from what you have. So I learned my lesson with that. I then decided to go home, and mind you, I have to go back in. That's when I knew Lwazie'sSpace, babes, shame you sick, because we are walking up with a friend of mine, the same lady, and she's like, gather yourself together, babes, you know, because now you're gonna walk to the floor. And you guys, you know, call centers, it's a big open space with shelves and rows and people, you know. I get out of the lift, so I try to wipe myself, and I'm like, you know what, right now I don't give a fuck. Because the tears are streaming down my face, and it's something I cannot hold back. I'm trembling. I'm trying to walk. I was so out of it. I just wanted to get my stuff and get the hell out of that building. I go, okay, walking like that, and then they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? You know, you don't even have time to attend to someone who's asking you that, because immediately I wanted my bag, my keys out of that building. That's what I wanted to do. I go in. She's like, my manager's like, what's up? Now we need to tell the boss. The boss is the lady that is mean. So, and then the other manager, who's a guy, he was really nice. We were kind of close. He asked, and he's like, babes, are you fine? And I'm like, yeah, it's just, and he's like, oh, shame. Maybe she just had an attack. You never know, guys. Because like I worked with people that most of them knew that, and I told them that, guys, I have anxiety and depression. I didn't really care. So I then go to her and I'm like, I'm not feeling okay and I would need to go. And she does her own things. You know, the person who doesn't answer you and would answer someone else and says, well, I don't know, if they go, then I'll take their money. And I was like, I don't care. The way I had answered back, because I was like, okay, like I don't really care about whatever you're gonna say, Bailey. I know you're mean as Satan. I don't care. So take my stuff and I'm like, guys, I have to go. And then she asks, and I tell my friend, please explain everything. I walk out. I am walking out, guys, I'm crying. You could swear something had happened, someone had died. And you know what was strange? They were looking at each other, my friend and my manager, Shane. They did not know how to deal with the situation, how to console me, what to say, because I'm telling her, babes, this is what I'm feeling. I don't know what's up. And that was the part about it. You know, you can't say sorry. Sorry for what? You can't say don't cry. What if crying is helping? You know? Hey, it was a mess. It was a movie. When I say it was a movie, I left that day. I'd requested that the car did not come. My friend had to call her boyfriend. Hey, shame. I'm really grateful for that girl, but I came home. Lucky my aunt was home. I slept, guys. The one thing I wanted to do was drink enough water so that I can flush the medication. But mom is like, go to the hospital. And the only hospital that was close by was Mhlanga Hospital. I wasn't sure whether my medical aid was going to cover that, because it showed me flames when I went for therapies and stuff. I had to pay that myself, and per therapy session was 1,000 rand. Together with the medication, they did not cover, so I had to pay for my medication on top of it. I was like, I am not risking it and going to Mhlanga and having to pay. What if they tell me, and just in jail for the fact that I came, consultation is 1.5, medication is blah blah blah, or you have to sleep. Hey, I was like, I'm not about to start new cost. Let me just go home. I will go to the doctor that knows me and my situation. I slept. I remember I slept, guys. I'm trying to breathe. My heart is pounding. So my aunt is like, what can you eat? What do you want to eat? Thoughts are going on my mind. You know, it was one terrible state that I honestly don't want to go back to. Even when thinking about it, I get really emotional because I had so many of those episodes, guys. I had so many of those attacks that it made me not trust myself for even, let's just say, even going out. I did not trust myself that I will be okay, or then I will make a fool of myself. You know, thinking about it, it makes me really emotional, but I mean, it is what it is. It was something I couldn't explain, but I dealt with it, I guess, whatever way that I was able to. And in those times when I'm dealing with this, I could not tell what I had done, because I would be so concentrating on what I'm feeling and trying my best to sort myself out. It is really sad, you know, because I would come back to work from home to work, and you would hear, man, but say, I wonder how she's feeling today. I wonder this and that, and I'm like, yo, I just hope I didn't mess up. But you know what helped me was this thing of telling myself, you know what, I'm here today, and guess what, I'm going to work. I'm going to work because I need my money. That was just what had helped me. So okay, back to the thing of how I actually got better. Got up in the morning, went to the doctor, got medication. I was told never to take lamanye. I came back home, I nursed myself, I drank as much water as possible. I took my medication. I had to tell my mind, listen, baby girl, you are not going to quit now, because if you do not go to work, you will never be able to get out of this door. If you're going to be afraid of how you embarrass yourself in front of people when you are going through this, it's something you cannot control. So get out there and go. I went, hey guys, I went. Sometimes it used to happen, sometimes it used to be fine, sometimes I used to suppress it, cry at work. Yo guys, when I think about it now, I actually get so emotional, because I'm like, yo, which made me feel like, you know what, maybe this work thing is not my type of thing. Maybe this going to work or being under pressure or being in a class, like stuck environment is claustrophobic to me. Maybe I did not know up till today. Like, I don't have an answer for what I had gone through, and I'm just grateful that now I'm at a better place. But in the message of today, I just shifted from what I wanted to say to opening up about so many things, guys. Well, the message of today was, if you do take medication, please do not take Ayomuntu. Don't take someone else's, whether the name is the same or what. If it's something that has to do with your mental health, please be extra careful, guys. That girl, poor girl, did not spike me or do anything. It's medication that she took, but it was not designed for the specific what can I say, the sickness that I had. And I think that was the side effects of it. Also, do try to deal with things instead of pushing the medication part of it. Medication is good for you to take, but also now deal with yourself internally so that it can work together and it would speed up your process. I mean, this is a work in progress. I cannot say today, wow, Ukele is totally like okay, and tomorrow you might find me on a 0 level of mood. So it's different, but I'm good. I'm grateful. I am so happy that I am able to speak what is my truth, to speak about what I have been through and what I have overcame. There is nothing more healing than to acknowledge and go back to those emotions and correct the stuff that you had been telling yourself. Because this right here is the gear that functions this. Now here, if it's like this will not work, or this will do whatever, anyhow, whatever it wants to do, because there's too much. There's too much. Hence why I do meditations. Meditations are there for me. They are like spring cleaning on my mind, because I'm trying to tell my subconscious mind, relax. You have been running on a treadmill. My mind has been running like a treadmill for so long that now it is slowly learning, you know what, relax. You don't have an answer for everything. You do not have to research for hours and hours. I used to research all the time, diagnose myself 3 times a day. Hey. When I tell you it is a movie, it is a movie. But here we are. We move. We're good. We're great. Do have a lovely day, guys. Please do take care of yourself. Please be extra humble to you. That's what I can say. I am emotional right now, but crying, I've wasted so many tears, guys. Please, I don't want to get to that. So yeah, we're good. Please don't forget, guys, to subscribe, to also do comments down below, because I know we are so many dealing with this. We are many, but we rise above it all, and guess what? We move. Bye.